Hello, what's up guys, it's the A9 guy back here with another video. As promised, today we will talk about the one for all Quirk, all its applications, and we are also going to go into depth about the Quirk's features. As you might have predicted, this will be the most detailed video in the Quirk Diary series, as we will discuss the most important and most well-known Quirk in this series. For us fans, at least, since most people in the My Hero universe don't know about it, we are going to delve into one for all. Before we do that, subscribe to this YouTube channel and like the video down below. Put post notifications on so you know when we upload. It would really mean a lot if you did so. There will also be manga spoilers for A9 only fans. You don't have to worry, however, as I will first go over what is known in the A9 and later on talk the manga stuff. I will also tell to you guys when it happens so you don't get spoiled. Anyway, let's get into this video. The Quirk One for All is the fourth Quirk ever known to us in this series. The One for All Quirk is a very unique Quirk, since it allows its user to transfer the said Quirk to another one. As this Quirk passes along, the user cultivates it, then handles it out to another person. It continues to grow as it's passed along. The Quirk will thereby be stronger the more it gets passed along. One for All is one of the only Quirks that can get transferred. The only other Quirks that has the feature of passing Quirks is All for One. But we will cover that Quirk later in the Quirk Diary series, and it's also an important Quirk in the series because this Quirk can get transferred. There are many users of this Quirk, 9 to be precise. The current user of this Quirk, however, is Midori Izuku, the main protagonist of this series. He receives this Quirk in Chapter 2. The one who passed this Quirk to him is Yuji Toshinori, or All Might, which is his hero name. All Might acknowledges Izuku and then says to him in that chapter that he is worthy of inheriting his power. There are other users who have also had this Quirk, but you A9 onlys don't know them that well since you met them in episode 2 of season 5. However, we manga readers know them very well, but I will go over them later in this video so that you A9 onlys don't get spoiled. Anyway, let's get into this video. One for All is a transferable Quirk that can be passed on from one user to the next. Its name comes from its nature, being one Quirk for all people. In order for the Quirk to be transferred, the recipient must ingest a sample of the predecessor's DNA. The origin of One for All is itself a powerful will that refuse to submit to All for One. Because of this, the power cannot be forcibly taken. In order for the Quirk to be transferred, the current owner must freely choose to transfer it. However, it can be forcibly given, as the recipient doesn't have to agree to anything. Since One for All can be forcibly taken, it is the only Quirk that can be used in combat against All for One, as any user of All for One will simply be able to steal any other Quirk. One for All also allows the user to stockpile an enormous amount of raw power, allowing them to significantly enhance all of their physical abilities to a superhuman level. This results in unbelievable levels of strength, speed, agility, and durability. The user can focus the stockpiled power into a single body part, or spread the power evenly throughout their body. Although, focusing the power puts a greater strain on the part of the body where the power is focused, the user is also able to control the percentage of the power that they activate. One for All can even grant the user an exceptional strength boost to their given Quirk if they have one. Also, as you saw with the latest episode of My Hero Academia, the past users of One for All and their consciousnesses gets copied and pasted into the Quirk, and therefore all of the past users are able to interact with the current user and guide him, etc., hence them becoming vestiges. Even All Might, who before getting One for All was Quirkless, was able to manifest himself into the vestige world, and therefore you don't need to have a Quirk before receiving One for All in order to become a vestige. Let's now talk about the Quirk's history. Normally, I would not bring it up since most Quirks are given by birth and therefore only exist as long as the user of the Quirk exists. But since One for All is different and has existed for at least over a century, we can talk about it. Long ago, All for One, a man with a Quirk that allows him to steal other Quirks and give them away, forcibly gave his seemingly Quirkless younger brother a Quirk that allowed him to stockpile power within his body. However, unbeknownst to either one of them, the younger brother already had a Quirk with no other power than that it could be transferred to another person. The transference Quirk and the power stockpiling Quirk merged into one, and from then on became One for All. The younger brother somehow discovered this. He had a strong sense of justice and he tried to defeat All for One. But given the huge difference in their strength, he failed. The younger brother decided to entrust the quirk to future generations of heroes, hoping that they would cultivate One for All and one day put a stop to All for One. All for One sought after One for All, and as a result, almost all of the users of One for All fought and were killed by his hand, but not before they each had a chance to pass on the quirk to a successor so that it could reach the future and elude the villain. All for One attempted to steal One for All twice and failed both times. First from the 5th user and again from the 6th. The 7th user, Nana Shimura, was the last holder killed by his hand, while her apprentice and heir to One for All, Toshinori Yeji, fought All for One at least twice, winning both battles. The quirk was passed down through 9 generations, growing stronger with the passage of time, though it is unclear exactly how much stronger it gets. Currently, One for All is one of the most powerful quirks in existence. However, it proves very difficult to fully master, and thus its full capabilities haven't been revealed yet. Let's now talk about the weaknesses of One for All. Even though it is a powerful quirk, it has weaknesses. When One for All is transferred, the new user's body is not naturally suited to it as they will be with the quirk they were born with. In addition, One for All is a lot to handle. If one's body can't handle the power, then their chassis could be blown apart. Because of this, the successor must undergo intense and rigorous physical training. After One for All is transferred, the previous user is left with only residual power of the quirk, basically the leftover embers. While they would still be able to utilize the power to essentially the same degree as before, continuous usage of it will cause their power output to decrease, until the wielder is not able to make tangible use of the quirk at all. After All Might's final battle against All for One, his ability to sustain his muscular form was reduced to seconds, rendering him unable to make any use of his residual power. Let's now talk about how Deku and All Might use their quirks. Well, they have many super moves, and there are so many. Let's just show their super moves in an amazing montage. Okay guys, so you know now how many super moves these crazy heroes brought. Let's call them the kings of super moves. Anyway, if you are an anime only, then you should leave this video no, as I will be talking about things that has not been mentioned in the anime yet. If you liked this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Anyway, manga readers, let's delve into the other quirks of One for All. As you guys know, One for All not only allows its user to stockpile power, but it also allows you to utilize the former user's quirks. We will go over these quirks now in this video, and we'll cover them in order from when Midoriya first unlocked them in the story. The first quirk that he unlocked was Black Whip. The 5th user, Daigoro Banjo's quirk. His hero name is Lariat. The Quirk Black Whip allows its user to utilize black energy tendrils from any parts of the user's body and command them at will. This quirk appears to be powered by emotions, primarily anger, meaning the greater the anger, the stronger the quirk becomes. The second quirk that Madoraya unlocked was Float. That quirk was formerly used by All Might's master, Nana Shimura, who was also the 7th user of One for All. Float allows the user to levitate and suspend themselves in mid-air. The third quirk that Madoraya unlocked was Danger Sense. That quirk was formerly used by the 4th user of One for All. His name was Shinamori Hakechi, and he held One for All for the second longest time. Only Toshinori held it longer. Danger Sense allows its user to detect any potential threats in the surrounding area, thus giving the user the opportunity to properly react to them quickly, similar to a sixth sense. The detection of a threat is described by Deku as a sharp stabbing sensation in his head. The fourth and final quirk that Madoraya unlocked was Smoke Screen, which he also unlocked in the latest chapter. The former user of this quirk was N. Smoke Screen allows its user to generate copious amounts of smoke. This serves as a way to obscure the vision of opponents and catch them by surprise. There is another weakness within One for All. If you have a quirk and have One for All as well, you are likely to die earlier. It's dangerous to have One for All and have another quirk, since as explained by the vestiges they cup that your quirk is in can overflow, causing the cup to break. What I mean with that metaphor is that One for All will cause your problems to your overall body. It will drain your life force, and your body will also receive injuries from it. An example of the thing that I just described is Shinamori. He held One for All for 18 years, and due to him holding it for a long time, his life force has drained till he died. He died of old age at the age of 40. He also received scars from One for All. Therefore, people like Lemillion should not have the quirk, since they will risk their own lives. However, this effect that I talk about does not concern quirkless people. Therefore, One for All should be used by quirkless people. Therefore, it is a miracle that Deku got One for All and not Lemillion. Anyway, this is the end of this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video down below. No longer have the name of Anime Guy, since I will mainly do My Hero Academia content. From now on, our name is My Hero Guy, so if you want to see more My Hero related video, please check out our other videos in the Quirk Diary series. Anyway, it's My Hero Guy and I'm out. See you later.